Good morning, boys and girls. Check out my hat. I'm looking forward, but my ball cap's looking backwards. I'll be all right, guys. What's old Stebo doing today? I'm kind of in my man cave here. Got Ted Nugent sent me a flag over there. Look at that. Ted Nugent. Come and take it, baby. Come and take it. You know, it'd be kind of cool if we had Teddy, Uncle Teddy, as a Secretary of Defense. There's no one on, if they did that, put him as Secretary of Defense, there's nobody on planet Earth that would screw with the USA. You know what? Wouldn't happen. They would be scared shizitless. Shizitless. What is Stebo doing today? I am not going to run out of work, guys, until I don't know when. You know, it's going to go on forever. I'm not going to have time to go see pole dancers at the pole dancing bar. You know, I haven't done that since early 70s. I worked with a fella I worked at a golf course as a small engine mechanic. And I was in between construction jobs. Actually, I got pissed off and walked. Instead of just hanging in there. You guys that get pissed off on a work site, just don't get jumpy and quaky or cranky, cranky. Just hang in there. I mean, unless it's just totally unbearable and you're about to get your ass kicked. I mean, stay there. It'll come around. It'll work out. You'll get your raise. Just be all you can be in the B world, okay? Don't get all upset. Just stay there. You know, I used to jump around from job to job. I'll show them, by golly, I'll show them. I'm worth $100 grand a year. I'll show them. I'll just walk out. They'll regret it. No, they're gonna laugh, okay? And they're gonna laugh and say, "Oh, please don't let that door hit you in the ass on the way out," okay? Yeah. So anyway, old Stebo's in here, never gonna run out of work. I've only got 2 boxes, guys, that I cut down from existing deep 8-framers. I'm going with 8s, regardless, and I'm going all medium. So what I did, those I cut to mediums. I cut them 7 inches. Actually a little bit more than that, but I think they're 7 1/4. You got about that much daylight in the bottom of the frames. I'm not cutting them suckers no more. Them 8s are gonna stay full size deeps, and I'll keep enough deeps on board here for racing. Queens. We'll make these deep frames queen castles. Yeah, we'll crank them out as queen castles. Now, granted, medium, if we make mediums queen castles, which a lot of guys do, and I may do that at one point, the beauty of that is there's a stack of mediums right there, right? Those are a heck of a lot easier to find queens on than a deep frame. Let's face it. I mean, you know, you're glancing across the deep frame, and those mediums are going to be so much nicer. So what I'm doing here in this Stebo monkey circus is cutting down deep frames and making them mediums. I got my little air stapler here. I think that's 1 1/4 staples. I got some bamboo sticks here. I'm going to be putting in, I think, 4 across there on each one, vertically, not horizontal. I tried the horizontal, and actually I bought some bamboo skewers to go horizontal, but no, we're going to go vertical on them. I find it's more solid going vertical. And once I get those in, I just set them aside, and then prior to installing them in hives, I fire up the crock pot I got a 4-inch roller. I put down a cookie sheet to catch any dripping wax, and I just roll over both sides of those frames. Roll one side, flip it, roll the other. That's it. They'll pick, and then the top one, I may stand it up on the top bar, looking vertical, and then run a drizzle of wax right down that crack. Them bees will pick up on that. And that, you don't need a starter strip, but you do not need a starter strip. If you fill that crack with wax, they'll pick up on that and run it right down to the bottom. Don't need it. And they'll move wax around. I had this box here out there. It's just sitting on the pallet where the 2-framers are. I got a crap load of 2-framers. Nobody wants them. Running ads. Nobody wants this stuff, used stuff. And I got to think of it, well, that's fine. That's fine. Stay at the house. I don't care. I was going to give them to them cheap, like $1 a piece. No, forget that. I'm just going to let the ads run out, or just take the ads down. I don't care. No, the phone is not ringing. I don't care. I do not care whatsoever. Like I said, stay at the house. I don't need you. Anyway, what I'll do with this deeper equipment, these 8-frame beefy deeps, I will keep them off the side, do nothing, and keep them at base camp. If I'm out on the waterfront working bees, it ain't gonna be this year. Matter of fact, guys. Matter of fact, I just don't have any energy, guys. No energy. I can go out here, I can give it hell here for a while, but I used to give it hell all day long until I had this stupid neck surgery, and I did really well with the left side. It went perfect, and this was the clogged up side. I know you keep hearing this, and I'm just, I just keep hammering on and on with this, but this right side, guys, 80% blocked, and they totally botched the job. Totally botched it. But they blamed it on other stuff to cover their ass, okay? Yeah, don't take responsibility for your screw-ups, okay? Just baffle me with BS. If you can't dazzle me with brilliance, baffle me with BS, okay? That's what they do, that's their job. But let's get off of that topic. It's stressful. I know I'm raising your blood pressure. Let's don't do that. Oh, speaking of blood pressure, guys, speaking of that, with this carnivore diet I'm doing, and you could, myself, I don't care, they all say, Big Pharma says, oh, limit it, cut out, forget the salt, yeah. Don't let me put any good minerals in my body, right, with the sea salt, natural sea salt. No, don't do that. No, just go saltless. Wow. With me going, and they're throwing all kind of blood pressure medication at me, blocking up my colon, everything they do, they're trying to target one thing and they're screwing up 3 others, okay? At least it is with me. I don't know what it does with you. All I know, I got to look out for my own ass, and they're not doing that. You go in there thinking, oh, I can do what I want. I can drink beer, I can snort cocaine, I can do all this crazy stuff, and I'll be fine because I have a great primary care doctor. Yeah, I'm finding out more and more these people don't know what the hell they're doing. They know what Big Pharma has trained them to do, but in reality, no. We do not know what the hell we're doing. We're just listening to Big Pharma. We're going to train you. You sell these drugs like we tell you to. They used to have guys back in the day, it was quite funny. They used to have these cute little blondes with short mini skirts on. I'm talking quite a few years back, And while you're in there in the waiting room, waiting for this, right? You've already been there 20 minutes, you've signed in, the front desk. You're sitting there in the waiting room watching a channel you don't even like on TV. And in walks, they used to sneak them too. Well, they didn't, matter of fact, never used to sneak them. They'd come right in the front door and you come by you and look at you and smile. Cute little blondes. I mean, or brunettes. Just, you had to be a cutie. If you want to sell a product, just be a hot blonde, or what, just hot anything. Put a mini skirt on. Get you a lot of cleavage going on there, you know. And come in and sell a product. They used to do it back in the day too when I was on the job site. These cuties would come. And a lot of them guys were pole dancers. They would do that at night, and then during the day, they would go daily, you know, they would sell day laborers. They'd come on there, and I remember one time the owner of the company, she was an old broad that you couldn't BS her with anything. She stayed in the office but she seen these tickets coming through, right? And we're sitting there ordering up way more guys, day laborers than we needed, this and that. And she says, you guys do nothing but think with your other head. What is all these day laborers? She said, I know exactly what's going on. I got those cute little honeys coming out there and wiggling their tushy in front of you, and you just start ordering more day laborers. She said, this crap is going to stop. Too funny, guys, too funny. It's great when you spend other people's money, right? When it's time to spend your money, you're a little bit conservative here on this stuff, just like this bee equipment here. Yeah, I could just say screw it and throw all this stuff in a dumpster or throw it in a burning pit. Yeah, you can do all that, and then reorder mediums with already loaded with plastic stuff, which I will be doing. But that's down the road once I get all these frames butchered. These were all deeps about half an hour ago. Yeah. So I'm gonna be, there's no foundation in, there's some plasticell I got here cut down. I bought a 40 tooth, I ate up my 60 tooth, just destroyed it, cutting these boxes right here from deeps to mediums. And I was flying through some hidden deck screws. Oh my God, I had shrapnel. I was in this barn, guys, and it's a good thing I had my goggles on, because I'm sitting here with $250 glasses. I don't want nails bouncing off of these things. So I didn't get hit in the face at all, but I was lucky because I could hear shrapnel bouncing off the steel building here as I plowed through with that 60 tooth 10-inch blade. And then it got to smoking. I mean, I'm pushing it through to finish these boxes. I wanted to finish these boxes cut. I already destroyed the blade like a jackass. So I said, well, I got to change the blade. We know this. So get all I can get. So in two boxes, I destroyed a 60 tooth carbide blade. They're 40. I don't know. This 40 tooth I just bought, it was about $35. So yeah, let's not do that anymore. Let's have some nice clean lumber, okay? Jeez. Live and learn, guys. Live and learn. So I just thought I'd touch base with you guys, let you know what I'm doing. I got a project that's going to keep me going forever. I haven't even started on building boxes, medium boxes yet. They'll be the same size, exactly. The outside dimensions will be the same as these deeps. They'll be beefy beehives, the same, and we'll put medium frames in them, and that's where we're going to run this operation until they stick a fork in me, okay? Yeah, so been busy here. I will show you some end products here in a day or two. My Swiffer sheet things, fuzzy Swiffer sheet things, I was digging into boxes yesterday, adding Varroa treatments, Amatraz towels, I was putting those in, And the other day, and came back just looking in there. I was putting Amatraz in, and I checking my fuzzy sheets. Them fuzzy sheets, you guys are snaring them little beetles by the legs. I had a bunch of them in there, and they look pretty clean. They were down in, I guess, and they just keep moving around the hive. Bees just chasing them all over the place. And I've asked a few commercial guys and whatnot, seeing any varroa? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I said, oh my God. That's the other thing probably kicking my ass. I'm probably overloaded, but I can't see any beetles. I don't see any cripple wing virus. But you know, if you got anything in there, it's just the viruses start swimming through your colonies. They're just kicking ass and taking names and taking down your beehives. Bad idea. So all of this beekeeping stuff is maintenance, and you never run out of work. I'm telling you guys, never run out of work. I will never run out of work here, cutting all these deeps down to mediums. But the thing of it is, I will be eating these things up, hopefully all this summer, reloading them with bees. I just got to get more resources, and as soon as I do, I'm going to start taking some of those 8s out there, 8 or whatever, and making them queen starter colonies, queen castle, whatever. They're going to be set up for raising queen cells. What I'm trying to say. That's what we're going to do. Crank out a bunch of those, and also be sliding in these mediums and start drawing them out. We need more foundation on them. And what I can actually do is checkerboard these things in a deep hive, deep frames, in between. They'll start drawing those out and probably laying eggs in there, and I can start snatching those out and making nukes with those frames. And I'm going to be putting some mediums on top of deeps boxes and let them start drawing these things out. September, that whole month in there, well, from about the 15th September to 15 October, I've got quite a bit of Brazilian pepper in this area, and that'll be probably my last gasp on making some mated queens in September, and then from then on just shut it down and go the winter and crank back up in 26 spring, and hopefully by then I'll have my act together. But I'm gonna call my surgeon's office on Monday and my primary on Monday, because like I said, I'm out of gas. If I work out here for a couple hours, I was working out there with the bees, that didn't even take me an hour, and that was probably way long, but I'm going slow as a gopher turtle out here, and I just start feeling my energy sucking out of me. And Miss Daisy, she's always looking out the window, and she said, I can tell when you're running out of gas the way you're walking. The old girl keeps an eye on Stebo. I guess she still loves me, guys. I don't know. But she knows when I'm running out of gas. I told her, I said, I'm calling her office Monday. She said, what good's that going to do? I'm just going to let them know. I told her, I'm going to let them know how long does this stroke. They keep telling me, you're going to come around 100%. I'm going to say, I'm going to put it on their back. How long does it take for a stroke patient? And we're all different, I know that. But in reality, how long does it take? Does it take 6 months? What's the maximum? Is it a year and a half? Is it 2 years? Is it 5 years? Is it 20 years? Or never? You people tell me. That way I got something to look forward to. Because this beekeeping game, guys, you got to be on top of your game, and you got to be strong, and you got to be happy, you got to be strong, and we got to keep getting it on. I just keep repeating myself, But that's the way it is. That's what it is. It's the way it'll always be in the honeybee world. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.